Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I have not been good with my weekly uploads, I do apologise, but I'm here now, let's have fun. So, this came through my letterbox the other day. I have not put it down. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably realise what it is because I have become hella obsessed with the Beached Eyeshadow Palette by Urban Decay. This little palette, guys, oh my god, like, if it was me in a palette, this would be the one. So it's super cute. You've got all your palm trees, you've got beached in the kind of rose gold metallic. So inside you've got some really nice colours, you've got some really nice kind of bronzy gold, coppers, bronzy colours, beautiful. And a little pop of blue, because you know, that's my favourite. I think anyone who knows me knows that like teal and blue, like pops of colour, are my thing. They're my favourite thing in makeup. So this little palette all warm with a pop of teal, like you know that was going to be my favourite. So I thought we'd do a little kind of get ready with me summer beachy, still full glam. Before we start the video, I would really love it if you guys would hit that subscribe button, and also if you could please hit that bell so that you don't miss any future uploads from me. So once you have hit subscribe, I'm sure you'll agree that it's time to start the fun. So if you want to see how I created this look and how I got my beached palette life, then just keep watching. Okay, so first things first, let's prep our skin for makeup. For those of you who watch this channel regularly, aka the ones who have hit subscribe, if you haven't, then why don't you push it just now? But for those of you who watch my channel, you will know that the Urban Decay Beached Palette is my all-time favourite skin prep product. So I am going to just mist, and by mist I mean drench my face. For those of you who don't know, there is currently like a heat wave in Scotland. It is 9 o'clock at night just now and it is still roasting outside, so my room is warm. This room is warm, but you know, we'll make it work, we'll make it do. For foundation today, I am going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. The shade I'm going to be using is, where is it? Natural Beige. So I'm going to pop that on and then blend it out. I'm going to just pop that on with a Ziva concealer brush, any brush will do. And then I'm going to Beauty Blender the hell out of it so that my skin looks super flawless. And I haven't used this foundation in so long, but I forgot how much I really liked it. I just really like how full coverage it is, but it still gives my skin a really nice glow. And trust me, I know how yellow this must look, but I won't be when I blend it out, because I feel like I always just go for foundations that look super yellow, but by the time I'm done I always think, and I should never say this, but I really think foundation colour doesn't always matter, because by the time you've done your bronzer, your contour, your highlight, your blush, whatever, you don't really see the foundation that much, so you can go up or down a shade, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so my brows are on. For some reason my brows have went really big tonight. Much bigger and much more than what I would normally do tonight, because I've been liking a more fluffy brow, but you know, we're going to roll with it. These things happen, we'll just make it work. So what I'm going to do now is just prime my eyes using my Urban Decay eye primer in the shade Eden. I don't have to explain to you how good this is, you know by now I am obsessed with it. And if you have not joined the Eden family, then I suggest you do so immediately. So now we're going to move on to the star of the show, which is the Beached Eyeshadow Palette by Urban Decay. This is the special one. So if you open it up, you'll see you've got a really nice kind of variety of colours. Lots of really nice warm coppery bronzy colours, and then something that, you know, this king of the blue pop is going to love. So I'm going to use this today, and I'm going to do a really nice like beachy summery look. So you know what, I don't really like to set my eyeshadow base, I like to just go straight in there. So what I'm going to do is use the shade Daybreak, which is this one here, and what I'm doing is just really stamping that colour into the crease. This is a really nice kind of terracotta colour. It's the only matte in the palette, I believe, and I am going to just really get that into a nice kind of shape. Just, I think we'll do quite a rounded eye today because it's me, and we will get that looking really nice. This is such a nice colour. When I first seen this I thought, like, this is just really similar to a lot of other kind of warm toned shadows that I may have, but it's actually really different. It's really nice, really kind of terracotta would be how I would describe it. So really nice for this kind of beachy look. Then I'm just taking a little bit more of that colour on my Morphe R37, and what I'm going to just do is really diffuse that colour I think if you could just blend this one matte out, it could be really nice. I might deepen it up with something else, but I think just to really blow that colour out is really nice. Just get a really nice, soft, diffused, like kind of not too structured look. And for me, I am just not happy unless it is blown right up to the eyebrow, so I'm just going to buff that out. So Daybreak is the only matte in the palette, but I think I want to deepen my piece up a little bit. You could probably go in with Wedge actually, which is a like dark brown, and we'll see if that will add depth for us. Oh, yes. Now I am not one for adding shimmers in the crease, but that works nicely. Then I'm going to buff out the edges of that shimmer with a little bit more of Heat Wave just to make sure everything's really nicely blended. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, just to make sure my blend is popping, is I'm going to take just my face powder. This is just my little Tarte one that I use all the time. And I'm just going to buff out the edges with that. I've seen this in a video with Nikki Tutorials, and Sir John, Beyonce's makeup artist, was doing her makeup, and he says that he always goes over the edges with like a skin coloured powder just to make sure that everything's really soft and diffused, and I've been really liking it because it also helps you bring down any eyeshadow that you maybe took too high or haven't blended properly. So it was a really nice tip for me, so I've just literally went in with that nice skin coloured powder, and I'm just using that to buff out any harsh edges. And if you over buff, don't worry, you can always go back in and add more colour, but I just like this tip right now. I think we're going to go in with the bronzy colour. Let me see, should I use the 16th Street, which is a beautiful copper, Heat Wave, which is a beautiful like plum, or Blaze, which is a really nice rose gold. I am drawn to the rose gold, by the way. So here are my options. I don't know how well they're showing up, but one of these two, they're so pigmented, these shimmers, they go on beautifully. I think I want to do the kind of coppery one. I think the copper would be lovely. So you know the drill with this part, before I add my shimmer, a little bit more Eden on the eyelid. So on a little flat brush, I'm going to just load up the shade Heat Wave. And I'm just pressing and sliding that all over the lid. This is a beautiful shimmer. And I used to love doing like really coppery eyes. That used to be my favourite thing to do. Okay, so the top lid is looking really nice. Very summery and beachy. This is a lot more bronzy than what I had in mind. I was going to go for a full blue lid. Part of me really wishes I still done a blue lid, but that might come in another video because like I love blue eyeshadow. Blue eyeshadow is having such a moment, but this is a really nice kind of bronzy look so far. I did do a vote on my Instagram and you all voted bronzy with a pop, so that's what we're going to do today because I'm giving the people what they want. So once I've got my blend really happy how I want it, now we can just kind of conceal the under eyes and then start to do the under eyes. So for concealer today, I'm going to begin with my Revolution Conceal and Define in C2, and then a little bit of my Urban Decay All Nighter in Fair Warm on top. Yeah, these two concealers together has been really working for me lately. I really like just popping my Revolution just kind of all down the centre of the face, and then going with a little bit more of my All Nighter just where I want to add some coverage in the centre to really brighten everything up. So once I put on more Revolution Conceal and Define than what I probably should, I'm going to put a little bit of my All Nighter concealer just in the centre, just here where I want to add a little bit more coverage and brightness. Once I blend it out, that'll probably spread a little bit, but I just think concentrating it there, I'll get a really nice bright popping under eye, and that's what we're looking for all the time, of course. So we'll blend that out. And I like to always start by blending out the edges first and pushing them up into the inner eye rather than dragging that concealer down across the foundation. And then just because I'm not trying to go for a super thick cakey look today, we're going for a summer glow, I'm going back in with my, like, sorry I use it all the time, but it's just my favourite, my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Contour Palette. The lighter shade here, Enhance, I like to just set my under eye with. So I'm going to just take that on my Morphe R, whatever brush, the numbers came out with, I'm so sorry, I don't know. And we're going to just set the under eye with that. Really try and pat that into place and set the concealer with that. You'll get a really nice brightness from this. Even when I'm doing like a full beat on fleek with my under eye bake and whatnot, I will always use this on top just to set. Just because I really like the finish it gives to the skin. and how bright my under eyes look with this. So I will usually do this on top of a bake anyway, but I'm not baking today, but it's nice on its own anyway. So we're going to move on to the under eyes. Any guesses what we're going to do? Who wants to guess what we're going to do? Yeah, I'm that predictable. So to start off, I'm going to go in with my favourite pencil of all time for eyes, which is Deep End by Urban Decay. This pencil is the most beautiful teal eyeliner you'll ever get. If not tried it, you're missing out. So I'll use that first as a little base, just so that the colour really grips to it. And then we're just taking the shade Double Dip, and we're just kind of pressing that over that pencil first, and then slowly diffusing the edges. And I just love our teal lash line. I just think it always looks like so nice, and it's just so fresh, and it's just so bright, and it's just so vibrant, and I could just do it all day long. It is my favourite thing. And then my favourite tip for when you're doing your coloured lash line, just to make sure that it really does look soft and diffused and it isn't just kind of a harsh line, is go back in with a little bit more of your setting powder for your under eyes and just kind of go around the edges with that. It'll help really blend everything into the eyes, and you can use that just around the kind of this area here, just to make sure that they blend between top and bottom eye, like the top and the bottom of your eye look, because you're using two contrasting colours. That will help soften that blend so that it isn't like a harsh line. So it's a nice wee tip to do. What I want to do now is just use a little bit of the shade Salt, and I'm just going to use that to highlight my inner eye. And that is a really nice bright highlight colour, and see when you just take it just like right in between onto that teal, the blend just looks so nice. Okay, so now that the eyes are kind of almost done, apart from mascara, which you know I always do right at the end, I'm going to start adding some warmth into the skin. I really don't want to do too much of a powdery look today. I want it to be quite glowy and quite like radiant, so we're going to go straight in with our bronzer. It wouldn't be a beached review without the beached bronzer. I'm so sorry you guys that I use this in every video, but it is genuinely my favourite bronzer. It is the most beautiful, like, sun-kissed colour. The texture is just so nice, and I just think it's such a nice natural sun-kissed, non-cakey, non-powdery bronzer. So I'm going to go in with that. Again, give ourselves a really nice sun-kissed glow. You know how much temptation it's taken me as well to like snatch the nose and go for my full on sculpted look, but I'm going to do like a nice really in-depth complexion video soon anyway, on like how I can do my complexion every day, how it's survived the unexpected heat wave that has hit Glasgow and the humidity that ensues. So I'm going to do like a really nice summer sweatproof makeup soon. I'm going to go really in depth to like my full beat Instagram glam snatched cakey but natural and lightweight glow. So until then, I'm just going to go a really simple bronzy look and really make sure my cheeks are starting to sculpt together. Then for contour, like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'll go back in my little Tarte palette. I'm going to use for contouring the shade Angle, the two darkest ones basically. I'm going to use them just to sculpt my cheeks a little bit more. This has become such a little favourite product of mine. I really just love the colours, and I also love the smell. I don't even know if you can still buy it or if it was just like a limited edition for Christmas, but I love it. So now we're going to go into one of my favourite things to do, which is of course highlight. Before that, I'm going to just mist my face. So I actually have had a bit of an emergency lately, and I ran out of Fix Plus. Yes, as you know, I like to soak my skin in Fix Plus before I highlight, just to make sure everything is popping. So Revolution have come out with the Hyaluronic Fix Hydrating and Plumping Makeup Fixing Spray, and I like this for this point. A little bit of that and just a nice mist. And then I'm going in with my favourite highlighting brush of the moment, which is the MAC 140S. This, do you remember I did a video at Christmas time when I had the MAC holiday collection and I got the little brush that was amazing for highlighter, but like Christmas stuff I don't like to use, that's like souvenir makeup, so I wanted a permanent one. Lo and behold, I've got one. For highlight, I'm going to go with my favourite highlight at the moment, which is the Doll Beauty Doll Light in the shade Shine Bright. Is the kind of bronzier of the two doll highlighters. So if you can see, it is bomb, like, So I'm loading up my brush with that, both sides. It's like a big thick fan brush. I'll load it up, and then what I like to do, hold your breath till you see, is just, right, no joke, I'm sure you'll agree that if ever a highlight deserved a tongue pop, it was this Doll Beauty one, because it is popping. So my complexion is done, so all that remains to do with my complexion is of course lock it in place. You know there's no other option for me than the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. It's my favourite. I've got a fresh new one, so yes. Have a nice spray. Makeup locked in place until I wash off and like half an hour and go to bed, but whatever. Makeup is locked in place, it's going nowhere, so all that remains to do is pop on some mascara and lashes, and I'll meet you right back here for a lip. So I just need to do a lip. It wouldn't be me if we didn't do a nude lip, so I'm going to do a nude lip. So I'm going to just line my lips with the MAC lip pencil and hover, nothing to see here, let's just zoom through. For lips, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay Mat Ink in the shade Driver. I've seen Jamie G use this and it looked bomb on her, so of course I had to buy it. So this is just a really nice kind of peachy nude. It will fit in really nicely with this summery beachy theme. Yeah, I don't feel it's matte. I like it, but it's not matte. Smells lovely though. These smell so nice. But if anyone's been following me on any form of social media or spoke to me in real life or anything recently, you will know that I'm obsessed with the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine lip glosses. They have become an addiction. Like, we have a problem. So I want to pop on what's become my favourite, which is Midnight Cowgirl. It's a beautiful kind of peachy nude. So we're going to pop some of that on the lips now, and that will just kind of finish everything off. And these glosses, guys, they've got a really nice kind of vanilla minty flavour, so you can really easily lick them off. I advise you don't, because then you're going to use up a lot more lip gloss to kind of toppen them up. But as lip gloss formulas go, I would say that Urban Decay have nailed it. And there we have it, guys. That is the finished look. How summery are we feeling right now? The answer I'd say is very. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, because I'm kind of living for this look. So if you like this video, then give it a big thumbs up. Hit subscribe, hit the bell button so you don't miss any future uploads from me. You can catch up with me on my other social media channels, which are here: Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat. Let's be friends. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I really hope to see you on the next one. So bye.